everyone, welcome to Spunkie the Bun channel. If you are new to our channel, my name is Misha and I own a free roam rabbit. This channel is dedicated to capturing my rabbit's daily life as well as providing tips and tricks for bunny parents who want the best for their bunnies. If you revisit my channel, you might notice that today's video is a bit different from my previous one because I'm speaking in English, whereas in my previous videos, I spoke Vietnamese. Well, today's video is going to be unique and super informative because I'm going to share my experience flying internationally with my rabbit Spunkie from Boston to Ho Chi Minh City. There isn't much video or information about flying with rabbit, especially over long distances like I did from the US to Asia. And that is why I'm making this video in English so that everyone can watch it and learn something from my experience. My English skills are not the best, so if I mispronounce something or make grammatical error while speaking, please don't come at me. English is my second language and I'm still improving it. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our adventures. This video is a summary of our 3-day trip across the world. So grab some coffee, tea or boba tea because this is going to be a long video. And I cannot wait to share all the details, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. So let's start with preparation. Flying internationally with rabbit requires a lot of work and careful planning. It took me more than 1 year to prepare, from researching airlines policies and required importation documents for destination country to getting vaccination and health certificate for my rabbit, as well as packing luggage. While researching airline policies, I contacted several airlines that flight my route to inquire if they would accept rabbit on board. And I discovered that very few airlines flying to Asia allow rabbits on board, not even in cargo. And as far as I know, only Japan Airlines and Eva Airlines permit rabbit in the cargo. The only airline on my route that allowed rabbits in the cabin is Finnair. Unfortunately, Finnair does not depart from Boston, where I lived, or arrive in Vietnam, my destination. So I had to come up with a difficult plan. I decided to take 3 trains from Boston to JFK Airport in New York. And from there, I would catch a flight to Thailand. Upon my arrival in Thailand, a pet relocation company would be waiting outside the airport for me to hand my rabbit over to them. They would then transport him across Thailand, Cambodia, and arrive in Vietnam. Even though I had prepared everything 1 year in advance, I still faced a problem on our initial trip because I didn't get the health certificate on time. Consequently, I had to cancel that non-refundable flight, book a new one, and resubmit the health certificate with the required documents from the USDA that I was missing in the first place. Once I had all of the paperwork sorted out, it was time to get Spunkie ready for the journey. Fast forward to the big day. Our flight was scheduled for 11:45 p.m. on November 1st. So I booked a train from Boston to New York, departing at 1:45 p.m. and arriving at 6:10 p.m. on the same day. Then I had to catch 2 more trains to get to JFK Airport. by the time we got there, it was around 7:30 p.m. And we were a little bit early since Finnair hadn't opened for check-in yet. While waiting, I set up a little playpen on the floor for Spunkie. He enjoyed some water and veggies, although he was quite picky and only went for cilantro. Finally, after about 30 minutes, Finnair opened for check-in and I handed over all of Spunkie's documents, including his house certificates, rabies vaccine certificate, and the import permit for Thailand. Surprisingly, they didn't even wait or measure Spunkie carrier. Once they finished checking his documents, they handed me our flight ticket and we were good to go. After that, we headed to TSA and I asked for a private room for security check, and it took about 40 minutes. Our first leg is an 8-hour and 10-minute flight from New York to Helsinki with about 3-hour layover in Helsinki. After we finishing check-in and the security check, we had about 2 hours before the gate opened for the flight. So I set up a playpen in a quiet spot for Spunkie to do his business in his litter box. And luckily, Spunkie was willing to munch on some hay and use his litter box. In the meantime, I cleaned his carrier, replaced the pee pad, and added some hay in there so that he could eat it while we flew to Helsinki.
For your own safety, please stay focused for the next few minutes, even if you're already familiar with the safety instructions. Our crew has been trained to ensure your safety and comfort on board. You must always follow the instructions given.
Spunkie did freak out a little bit when we took off and landed because it was his first time flying. At times like that, I put Spunkie's carrier on my lap, offered him treats, and petted him. During the flight, he didn't poop or pee or drink water because of the engine noise, air pressure, and all of the stress. However, he munched a little bit of hay and calmed down when I petted him. Our flight touched down in Helsinki, and to our surprise, it was a bit early than planned. With the extra time, I decided to pop out the playpen, set up his litter box, and gave him some water and pellets. He went straight into his litter box and did his business right away because he had been holding it during the flight. Despite the new surroundings, he was such a good boy. willing to eat, drink, poop, and pee when we were on the ground. After a 3-hour layover, we had a connecting flight headed to Thailand for 11 hours and 35 minutes. Surprisingly, during this flight, Spunkie was more active and better than the last one. He willingly ate hay, cilantro, and treats, and even drank water. He did his poop and pee on during the flight, and let me tell you, it was a huge relief for me. Holding it for such a long flight isn't ideal for any pet, so I was thrilled to see Spunkie feeling comfortable enough to take care of his needs. It just goes to show how resilient and adaptable rabbits can be during travel. Once we landed in Bangkok, we were the last ones to leave the airplane. There were 3 customs officers waiting outside the airplane to meet me. They were notified that I would be bringing a pet on this plane when I obtained the import permit for Thailand. When we met, they checked the import permit and instructed me to go to the animal quarantine office and the custom checkpoint to pay the pet custom fee. These offices are located in the baggage claim area near conveyor number 8. After we completed the custom check and grabbed our luggage, the next step was getting Spunkie to his new home in Vietnam. This part of the journey involved a pet relocation company that drove him across Thailand and Cambodia before arriving at our doorstep in Vietnam. The entire journey took about 24 hours, including a night's rest in Cambodia. The team was amazing. They kept me updated with images and videos of Spunkie throughout the journey. After such a long journey, it's no surprise that Spunkie was exhausted and a bit dehydrated. The first thing he did upon arriving home was lay down and drink a lot of water. He didn't poop much, probably because he didn't eat as much during the trip. By day 2 in his new home, Spunkie's appetite started to return, but he was still tired and spent a lot of time sleeping. It's completely understandable after such a long journey. However, by day 3, he was back to being himself again. Spunkie became more active and started exploring his new surroundings, getting back to his curious and playful self. And there you have it, the most stressful flight ever for both of us. Despite the challenges, I'm happy to see Spunkie thriving in his new home in a new country. I hope you enjoyed our video and picked up some valuable insight for flying with a rabbit. If you have any questions or thoughts about our journey, drop your comments below or reach out to me through Spunkie's Instagram, and I will reply as soon as possible. If you would like to see more content, whether it's a video on how I prepare documents for Spunkie, what did I bring when traveling with him, or anything rabbit related that you are curious about, please let me know in the comments below. Your feedback and ideas are always appreciated. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest video. Thank you for joining us on this roller coaster of a journey. Bye!